On this show, we cover some sensitive topics.
Though the obituaries may be outlandish, the people are real.
Names have been changed or omitted in order to respect both the deceased and the survived by.
While death is no laughing matter, some petty last words can provide some pretty entertaining comic relief.
Welcome to Obituary. Welcome back to Obituary. I'm Spencer Henry.
And I'm Madison Reyes.
Oh, and here we are. God,
to ruin your day.
Yeah, we're gonna fuck you up. Happy Thursday.
Happy Thursday, guys.
Do you know what I love about a Thursday? It's setting you up for the weekend,
It's
right?
like the Friday.
Well, it's like when there's something on a Thursday night, I'm like, oh, cool. I just like the vibe of it. You know what's actually gonna be on a Thursday night?
Oh, please tell me.
A live recording of Obituary podcast.
Not just a recording, baby.
Oh, we're putting on a show.
Oh, we've got costumes.
We've got theatrics.
We've got funerary things.
We've got
to sell tickets.
Yeah, we got to sell tickets. Buy tickets today at irvineimprov.com or something. The link's there. It's in our description. It's on all of our socials. Follow us at obituarypod on Instagram and Twitter. Just find it. I don't even know if we should be giving out our email anymore. After what happened this week, one of you little G-offs has made a mockery of us.
I just know that it was a G-off and I love it.
So Madison texts me and she's like, did you see what I sent you? And I open it. One of you made an eHarmony online dating profile using our obitpod Gmail address, and we were horrified.
Oh my God. I was looking through emails and I was like, why does it say I winked at David? Why does it say I like Mauricio? Like, what the fuck is this?
Oh my God, she's stepping out of her marriage.
Oh my God. And so I started opening, there's probably 10 or 15 emails truly from eHarmony.
Oh yeah, whichever one of you signed up for eHarmony with our email address, you're
popular.
Going for it.
You're popular on there, might I add.
Or you're hitting on people.
I don't know, but your name's Julie.
Yeah, Julie. This one goes out to you.
Julie? If you signed up for eHarmony and didn't mean... Like, I was thinking, I was like, okay, well, how could someone confuse, like, obitpod?
No.
Like, is it... No.
They did. They knew what they were doing.
G-offs, you little stinkers.
You had your laugh. You made a mockery of us. And now we feel like fools for trusting you with our precious Gmail address.
Oh, God, I love it.
Oh, my God. It's so good. Wait, can we talk about our walk?
Let's talk about it. Update. I have been going back on the trail. I'm not afraid.
She is back out there on the Oregon Trail. And, you know, we've talked about this before. Walking with Madison and Doris and Desi is... It's not like, okay, if you're looking for like a chill, we're just going to walk, do our walk, get our walk in. It's not going to be that. Mm-hmm. It's going to be, she's holding the reins onto wild horses, and you're just there for the ride.
There for the ride. My hands are literally calloused. They are so strong, and they have no respect for me.
No respect.
They are just pulling me like, let's go. And I tried out these new leashes, and one of them slipped out of my hand.
Oh, immediately. We start our walk, and Madison's like, just come. I was like in kind of a funk that day. She's like, come with me to walk the dogs. And I was like, all right, hot dog, let's go. We hop in the car, go to Madison's house. We start walking, and the second we start walking, you dropped that leash, and Desi took off.
But he didn't take off like, I'm out of here, like Doris would. He took off like, cool, she's not pulling me.
Oh, well, you wouldn't know it from the way she screamed. Neighbors came out of the house, and this little kid walks up to Madison and is like, you scared me. was like,
I know.
You scared me because you screamed.
I was like, Desi! Oh my God! Because he like took off and he went down a driveway, like into the street, and it just, my OCD, my intrusive thoughts were like going wild. People came out of their houses. It was crazy.
Yeah, we're not doing that walk again. But no, so we start walking on the trail. Madison, of course, is paranoid the whole time that there's a snake. She's like, what was that? What was that? What was that? I'm like,
yeah, you told me, you were like, there's something living in there, like a little bush.
because it was moving around.
No, I don't think so.
It's in nature. There's gonna be little, but I didn't say it was a snake. I said there's probably a little mouse or something in there. But we're walking, and these new leashes Madison got for I don't know why. They're 30 yards long.
30 feet long, and I do it because no one's on the trail, but I also am not going to break the rules and like take them off the leash.
Oh, if you took Doris off the leash, you'd never see her again.
I'd never see her again. So I have long leashes, and then if I see someone approaching, I pull them back. But they are tricky to walk with. I get caught up in them. I mean, 90% of the time, I'm just struggling.
She's struggling, and I attacked Madison. Well, you know I'm in my Western era. And I lassoed Madison like the rodeo clown that she is.
Oh my God. I didn't know that one of their leashes was wrapped around my leg, like both of my ankles. And you were behind me and you stepped on them and I went down like a cow. Like you wrapped me like cattle.
I know, there was like a lot of slack behind her, and I had been avoiding that. I didn't see.
Around my ankles.
I just was walking, and then I saw you on your like face. And I'm like, what is she? God, did her ankle give out again? But no, it was simply just I stepped on the leash and I took you down.
You took me down, man.
I took you down.
Oh my God. I was happy. I jumped up though and was like, I would take that over a broken ankle anytime.
You were like pulling rocks out of your hand. You're like, oh, that's nothing.
Yeah, I'm a professional at this point.
Okay, Madison, as you know, it was Mother's Day on Sunday.
Yes.
How was your Mother's Day? Good?
It was good.
You gave the skylight frame.
I gave the skylight frame. My mom loves it. And my dad likes it too. My dad thought it was cool.
Really?
And God love him, he came up to me. He's like, how's your iPod going? My iPod. It's
oh my
going.
God. That is the best thing.
Trying to explain to your parents what a podcast is just very hard.
Very hard.
So I have an iPod.
I'll tell you who didn't have a good Mother's Day.
Who?
Great-grandmother, 85-year-old Dorothy Hopkins. Okay, I just read this. I came across this, and it doesn't really have anything to do with anything, but I was dying because it reminded me of something we've talked about before, which I'm sure you'll pick up on. So There's this article from the Mirror, and it says a great-grandmother was horrified after receiving a Mother's Day card from her daughter, Mandy, because she found shockingly explicit messages had been added to the card in black marker pen. This is horrible. So,
like a postcard?
This woman, they opened the card. Somehow somebody got a hold of this Mother's Day card that this girl had sent her mom. Mm-hmm. And they decided to write some things in it, such as, Happy Mother's Day, you dirty old slut.
Love it.
They wrote, you're a whore and a bitch.
Okay.
And they crossed out the daughter's sign-off message and instead wrote, hate you lots. So I just picture her opening this card like, oh, this is so nice. And it's open. It's like, fuck you, bitch. It reminded me of when those kids wrote the letters to Santa and you're dumb criminal or whatever.
Wrote like, Santa's not real.
Yeah, Santa hates you, kid.
Yeah.
Oh my God, poor lady, but...
Hopefully she has a sense of humor and could laugh.
It said, quote, it is an absolute disgrace. If it was someone's idea of a joke, it was in terribly bad taste and has left me really upset. She's pissed.
Oh, poor lady. Happy Mother's Day.
They said, we have been in touch with the police and someone senior from the Royal Mail is coming to see me tomorrow.
Oh, Come on.
Come on, get over it.
Get over it.
Yeah. But I just loved that.
Oh my God, I love that. Happy Mother's Day. Hate you lots.
You bitch whore.
You slut pig.
85.
Oh no.
Oh, poor lady.
Oh my gosh. Well, I've got a listener email that's morbid, but I laughed.
Oh no, tell me. Well, that's kind of what this is.
It's fucked up. Okay, guys, I don't need to hear it. I know. So this email was sent to us by a Geoff, and it says, "Hi, hope the subject line grabbed your attention and doesn't give too much of the story away."
What is it?
I'm not going to read it to you until after.
Okay.
First off, both my mom and I love listening to Obituary. You both are hilarious and get our sense of humor. I am also clumsy as fuck, so I feel like I am kindred spirits with Madison. Love you too, though, Spencer.
Aw.
In addition to listening to your podcast, my mom and I love to go to yard sales and estate sales together. A couple weeks back, we went to a yard sale that I had found posted on Facebook Marketplace. It seemed pretty normal at first, with stuff out on the lawn to peruse through. The woman having the yard sale had told us to head inside to see more. There were other people there, so we felt safe going into the house to look around some more. Once inside, we immediately clocked a big hole in the wall coming down the stairs.
Oh no.
There was some painter's tape blocking the stairs, so we just assumed maybe somebody punched the wall or something. I went off into one room and my mom went off into another. She had noticed a lot of people who looked related hanging out in the kitchen and talking about someone passing away. My mom, being a nosy Nancy, aren't we all though, asked if someone had passed recently. Turns out we had walked into a full-on estate sale held by the family and not your typical yard sale like we had thought. At this point, this was nothing of concern. We go to estate sales all the time and didn't really think anything of it. While my mom was getting the lowdown on what happened, I was in another room happily rummaging through some dead person's shit, unbeknownst to me. I had also been making a pile on the stairs of stuff I wanted to buy since the woman holding the sale told me I could start a pile there. You can see my little pile in the picture. Now, here's where shit gets really weird. I was checking out when my mom comes over and says how sorry she was to hear that someone in their family had passed recently. The woman said thank you and proceeded to tell us that her elderly mom had been walking up the stairs one evening and got a little dizzy. She then proceeded to fall down the flight of stairs where her head went through the damn wall.
Oh no.
But that's not all, folks. She then continued to roll down the rest of the stairs and died at the bottom right where I was standing.
Oh my God.
I was so shocked at this moment that the only thing my mind could come up with to say was, wow, what a way to go. So anyway, that's my story. I think what made it funny was how nonchalant they were about it. I mean, they didn't even try to cover up the hole or anything. Okay, look at the hole.
That is, somebody went through that wall. Somebody really hurt themselves. That is so sad, but also
so sad. But
that's some shit you would do. That's the way you're gonna go. I know it.
That is the way I'm gonna go. Oh my God, that's that.
That is that. She made her mark. She made her mark. I would, if it was my house, I would just put a little frame around the hole in the wall.
Oh yeah.
It's called art.
Look it up.
Look it up. All right. I know we always feel like assholes for laughing, but what can you do? Speaking of assholes.
My favorite.
I have an Am I the Asshole that my brother actually sent me.
No way.
Yes.
Okay.
Am I the asshole for holding my wedding at the same venue as my first husband's funeral? Last summer, my first husband passed away after being in a car accident a month before. So this is like the year before. The doctors expected him to pull through, yet be paralyzed from the waist down, but he already had health problems and the trauma from the accident ultimately prevailed. I and his parents organized a funeral at a spacious old Catholic cathedral. I kept thinking to myself the whole time, this place is too beautiful for a funeral, which reminds me of like our reaction when we first saw the mausoleum. For some reason, it felt wrong having such a sad occasion there. I even remember wishing that I had married my first husband there instead of the outdoor wedding we had. Fast forward to early 2022, I reunited with an ex-boyfriend of mine from years before. We started dating again, and before we knew it, we were engaged. I've been been criticized a lot for how fast I moved on, but I guess everyone heals differently. We started planning for the wedding in March. The wedding hasn't happened yet. It will be in May. And we decided that we'd have it at the same cathedral where my first husband's funeral was held. I still am in contact with my first husband's parents, and they were happy for me when I told them I was dating, and then when I got engaged. In a phone call, my husband's mother asked about the wedding, so I said that they could come if they wanted to, and she seemed a bit taken aback at first. So I totally thought I screwed up, but then she said she'd love to. Then I told her that it would be held at the same cathedral as my first husband's funeral, and she went off on me. I don't know how to explain what happened other than to just write the conversation down as well as I can remember. Me, we will be marrying at the cathedral. Her, I just can't believe it. Me, believe what? Her, I'm sorry, this is just appalling to me. Me, I want to have our wedding there in honor of blank, my first husband's name. I would have married him there if I knew about the place. Then she said, you're moving on too quickly. You need to slow down. Think of how my first husband's name would feel. You can't replace him. I told her I'm not replacing him. I'm just trying to keep his memory alive. I found love again and I will never forget him. She said, you've moved on. My first husband's name hasn't moved on. My first husband's name will never move on. And I'm sure if he were alive, he'd want to. I'm sorry. And then she hung up on me. I haven't spoken to her or her husband since. I still plan on having me and my fiance's wedding there, but it just puts a bad taste in my mouth knowing that my first husband's parents are against it. But after all, they aren't involved with the wedding anyways, so I don't see why they should have a say. I wish they'd at least support me because I've been to hell and back, but this isn't that now. I'm in a better place and they don't like to see me happy, but I also feel kind of selfish since they aren't. Am I the asshole?
God, that's tricky. First of all, I don't think she's doing it in his honor. I think that she wants to get married there.
A year later, it sounds like they started planning this. She says last summer in the beginning. Oh. It sounds like they started planning it in the beginning of the year. You really did move on kind of quick.
Yeah, but I don't think you can judge. I think grief is just a wild, crazy ride.
But I do think getting married and a couple months after losing your first husband, it's probably
a lot on their family.
I don't know if you could have enough therapy in between the two.
I know. I do think, though, a cathedral's weird because they do have funerals there and they have weddings. It's kind of like the place that can do both.
I guess just like to me, I wouldn't even want, if it was me, I wouldn't even want to do it at this cathedral because I'd be like, the last time we were all together here was for my husband's funeral.
Right. You were burying your husband and now you're marrying a new husband.
I think if it was like they had gotten married on a beach once and then 10 years later after they died, she got married on that same beach because she knows her husband wanted her to move on and stuff. That's different when it's in the same location. I think getting married at this one specific building right after is a little gauche.
Yeah, and I just think don't use that as an excuse that you want to honor him. You wanted to get married there.
Girl, we know how to lie too.
Yeah.
we like a little manipulation here and there. We know what you're doing.
We know.
They voted her the asshole, and I think
it's hard because it is a cathedral. What if the town she lives in only has one?
Yeah.
So I think those factors need to play into it, but I know.
I'd feel cursed. I'd be like, something's gonna, I don't know.
I don't know.
I just feel like it's bad vibes to do that.
Yeah, I wouldn't personally do it. I would want to do something as opposite as possible, but I don't know. Different strokes for different folks.
Like if you died and then Cisco was like, I want to get married at the venue that you got married at like 9 months later or something, I think your family would be horrified.
Yeah, I would haunt him for sure. I would.
God. Crazy.
Oh my God.
Should we take a quick break?
Yeah,
why don't we do that and hear a word from one of today's sponsors.
This podcast is sponsored by BetterHelp.
Life can be overwhelming and so many people are just burnt out without even knowing it. Like, I feel like more than ever, we just have been talking about fatigue and just being tired, feeling dead at the end of the day. And it's not always just because you had a super busy day. Sometimes it can be just a lack of motivation or you are feeling helpless or trapped in a moment, detachment, fatigue, you name it. I know for me, when I have just taken too much on my plate, or I feel like I have just so many things coming up or going on, I tend to shut down a little bit, like when I get burnt out.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of times we associate burnout with work, and that's not always the only cause. Any of our roles in life can lead us to feel burned out. I mean, going to the grocery store fucking burns me out, but that's why I love BetterHelp. BetterHelp Online Therapy wants to remind you guys to prioritize yourself so you avoid the burnout. Talking with someone can help you figure out what's causing stress in your life.
It's literally, for me, therapy is that one time a week where I cannot wait to just get out everything that I need to say.
Totally.
And then I instantly feel like rejuvenated, and there's just like a sense of calmness to me that comes with going to therapy.
Yeah, it's a sense of security knowing that this professional is helping you with whatever you're dealing with. And I feel like it makes your week a lot better.
Always.
If something comes up, you can just, like, for me personally, I'll tell myself, like, you know what? Wednesday at 11 a.m., I'm going to really deal with this, deep dive into it. Right now, I'm going to put it in its place.
Absolutely. And BetterHelp is such a great option. It's customized online therapy that offers video, phone, and even live chat sessions with your therapist. You do not have to see anyone on camera if you don't want to, and it's so much more affordable than in-person therapy, and you can be matched with a therapist in under 48 hours. Obituary listeners get 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/obit.
That's betterhelp.com/obit.
And we're back. I'm up first this week. You got a side bitch for us?
Oh, do I ever? I actually have two quick ones.
Alrighty.
I cannot express to you how much I love the newspapers.com app because I am digging through newspapers from the 1800s. It goes back to like the 1880s.
I use it literally every week. I love it.
It's so great.
It's literally the best.
Yes, and especially the old ones are just so severe and blunt.
Always. We talk about it all the time.
All the time. So I've got some more examples. I've got two. The first one, I thought it was funny because they talk about the person who passed, but they talk about this James G. Blaine so much, who's not the person. And then it's also just very blunt. So it's from the Chicago Tribune, May 14th, 1888. It says the obituary record. Death of George S. Stinson, a nephew of James G. Blaine. New York, May 12th. George S. Stinson, a nephew of James G. Blaine, died suddenly at St. Vincent's Hospital yesterday morning. He entered the hospital at 9 o'clock, and at 11 o'clock, he was dead.
Oh.
He contracted a severe cold several days ago, which developed into pneumonia. Both of Mr. Stinson's parents are dead.
Oh.
His mother was a sister of Mrs. Blaine. His father and two brothers served gallantly in the Civil War, and all three were killed on the field of battle. One of his brothers was an officer on General Howard's staff. Mr. Stinson was in his 34th year and unmarried.
Oh,
Wonder what that means. For the last 12 years, he has been employed as a special agent in the Internal Revenue Service in this city and in North Carolina. During the last 4 years, he was located here and was the chief assistant of Revenue Agent A.H. Brooks. He was a popular and efficient officer. He had been ill for a number of days but refused to give up until actually prostrated by the malady. So there's that.
blunt to the point.
Blunt to the point and a little euphemism in there?
Potentially.
Potentially. Okay, next one is short. It's from the Keyport Enterprise in Keyport, New Jersey. It's from February 12th, 1887. It says obituary. Ella, the 4-year-old daughter of ex-Lieutenant Charles B. Britton, died last Tuesday morning at 4 o'clock after a week's illness with spinal meningitis. She was an interesting little girl, and the parents have general sympathy in their affliction. The funeral took place Thursday afternoon from the house, interment being in Raritan Cemetery. And then we've talked about this before, the obituary poems. There is a quick poem. It says, this lovely bud, so young and fair, to us a while was given. An angel came and claimed his own and bore her home to heaven. But I'm like, okay, if someone lost their child and wrote as the obituary, she was an interesting little girl. And we have general sympathy.
I mean, yeah, I feel like they were just ad-libbing there. They were like, we're just gonna write. Well, I feel like back then, a lot of times it wasn't so much to memorialize a person. It was literally just to let people know and
alert the press.
They were reporting on something.
Yeah.
So they treated it in such an abrupt, brash way.
Totally.
So funny.
God.
Well, sad. 4 years old, but
terrible, but
blunt.
You
know what? To the point. I like it. I'm gonna start doing obituaries like that for people.
Perfect.
I'm like, Madison, interesting girl. Fell down a lot. Doctors didn't know why.
She died on the trail from a snake bite.
Yes. I have a fun little activity for us.
Okay.
That I really want us to do. Okay, so this, you guys, you will be entertained by this, but it has nothing to do with the show, really.
Oh, and I couldn't bring watermelons over to crush with our thighs?
Yeah, Madison wanted to bring watermelons over to crush with our thighs. I said, I don't know how many people want to see us do that, but I bought this for you, actually, last time that I was in Palm Springs, and it has been sitting in my trunk, and I completely forgot about it. But
I feel like such a jerk. You're just giving me presents every episode.
I just love to give Madison presents. It is.
Oh my gosh.
You want to tell them what it is? Tell the audience what you won.
Want to. It's RuPaul's Drag Race Mad Libs.
We used to do Mad Libs on Patreon all the time, so I was like, okay, it kind of ties in, but I just thought it'd be so fun to do one on air.
Oh my gosh. Okay, where should I flip?
Well, do you want to give words, or do you want me to give words, or should we each do one?
Okay, we gotta do the iconic Snatch game. So we're gonna do a Snatch game one.
Love it.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you.
Okay.
And I want you to be nasty.
Nasty? Yes. I can do it.
All right, my dear. A plural noun.
A plural noun. Dildos. That's a plural noun, right?
Mm-hmm. Adjective.
Stinky.
Okay, a noun.
Butthole.
Okay, a verb ending in ing.
Dancing.
Adjective.
Fucked.
Plural noun.
Used condoms.
Verb ending in ing.
Squatting.
Animal.
Snake.
Oh, wonderful. Adjective.
Supple.
Okay, verb.
Shot.
Adjective.
Romantic.
Another adjective.
Slutty.
Noun.
Car radio.
Animal.
A zebra.
A verb, but past tense.
Growled.
And then 2 more adjectives.
Burial. Cremated.
Alrighty, we've got it. Now let me read. It's called Snatch Natch.
Ooh.
The Snatch Game Challenge, modeled after the old match game, separates the dildos from the boys.
Yeah, baby.
Here, Rue's girls get to impersonate their stinky female celebrities, showcasing their charisma, uniqueness, nerve, and button. For all...
Button?
Yeah.
I didn't say button.
Yeah, you did.
I said butthole. So please reread that.
Okay. Showcasing their charisma, uniqueness, nerve, and butthole. For all you Drag Race hopefuls, here are some tips to avoid lip dancing for your life. Make it fucked.
Yeah, baby, fuck it up.
Ruin the celebrity guest used condoms. Want to laugh.
Ooh.
Stay in character. Squatting the look is only part of it. Having a prop like a snake drumstick to chew on. Or a supple celebrity product to shoot is always a romantic idea. What would slutty Edie have been without her magnifying car radio and can of zebra food?
Ugh.
Above all, take a risk. Kennedy Davenport growled a man and impersonated rocker Burial Richard, and her cremated delivery slayed.
Yes.
I love it so fucking much. Oh my God.
Sorry if you've never seen Drag Race, but I know Madison watches it. I've watched it. I was going to give it to you today. When I found it in my trunk, I was like, oh, I'm going to give it to her. And I was like, I want to do one while we're recording.
Oh my God. I love it.
Love it.
Thank you. Oh, God. Well,
Should we take another break?
Yes, let's take another break
okay.
and let's get into some coffin spinners.
Let's do it. We'll be right back. Geoffs, you know I'm on a hair journey of sorts, we'll call it. We don't know where we're going, but we're into it. We're feeling it out. There's no one-size-fits-all solution when it comes to hair care. And I have been experimenting a lot. I've been learning a lot about my hair as it gets longer because we talk about this all the time, but it's totally different at different lengths or if you color it, or like you were saying, your hair's felt so different because you haven't colored it in such a long time that it's like a completely different consistency where sometimes it can get more greasy at the root, more dry on the ends. And I mean, for me, it definitely takes a little bit more. I feel like I have to blow dry my hair now because if I don't, it's wild. Yeah. I needed to figure out how to just combat that, how to help my issues. And thanks to my personalized Prose routine, I can honestly say I have never been more in love with my hair.
Oh, and it looks so good. Looks so good. I am so excited about this product. I, like you, am growing out my hair. I like to wash it every day. I don't know what it is, but I like to go to bed with a clean head.
You go to sleep with wet hair. You like to do that.
I love it.
I can't do it, but you do it.
I don't know why. I just love it. But sometimes I wake up and I have felt like it was greasy. It gets greasy a lot quicker. I think probably because I wash it so much, but still a little dry at the ends. And so when I heard about Prose, I was so excited. I immediately ordered and I have never looked back. Prose makes custom hair care that's effective because it's personal. Using natural ingredients with proven results, Prose customizes every product in your routine from shampoo to supplements. And they really did. They asked me so many questions. And did you notice on one of my bottles, it's so customized that it has my zip code as like a code on it? It's so cute.
I know because I posted on my Instagram stories and I accidentally almost posted that.
Your zip code?
Yeah, maybe I shouldn't do that. But it is super easy to do. First, Prose starts out by asking about you as a person with their in-depth consultation. And Prose asked me unexpected things like what zip code I live in, my exercise levels, my eating habits. And I mean, I knew that some of that went into your hair, but I had no idea just how much it played a factor.
Totally, I know. Next, Prose analyzes all of your answers and determines what unique blend of ingredients should be in every product of your customized routine. Together, Prose literally got all of my goals covered. I personally love their pre-shampoo scalp mask and their leave-in conditioner. It is so great. I'm not playing around, Geoffs. My hair looks...
It does. It looks good.
There's like a noticeable difference using it. My hair has truly never felt healthier and it's so shiny in the best way.
The best. And as a carbon neutral certified B Corp, Prose is an industry leader in clean and responsible beauty. All their ingredients are sustainably sourced, ethically gathered, and cruelty-free. They're also the first custom beauty brand to go carbon neutral.
Wow. Feel good about where your products come from and have beautiful hair? I say that's a win-win. And also, if you're not 100% positive Prose is the best hair care you've had, they will take the products back, no questions asked.
But we think you guys are going to be happy. Prose is the healthy hair regimen with your name all over it. Take your free in-depth hair consultation and get 15% off your first order today. Go to prose.com/obit. That's prose.com/obit for your free in-depth hair consultation and 15% off.
And we're back. Spencer, what has you spinning in your coffin this week?
All right. Well, let me tell you how I got here first. So I was actually wondering, because it always starts out with a thought or a weird question for me, we know.
Of course.
That's how we ended up talking about can corpses lactate in that one episode. Well, I was wondering, Madison, what the most attended funeral ever was. And it was actually in 1969 for C.N. Annadurai, who was the former chief minister of Tamil Nadu and apparently super beloved, seeing as there was over 15 million people at his funeral.
What?
Which is just insane. Filling the streets.
what does that even look like?
15 million people. Well, I Googled it because I was like trying to find some sort of comparison to give. And in California, there's 39 million people as of 2020, I believe. So it would be like almost like half the state of California, which is a lot of fucking people, went to this funeral.
Yeah, like we looked up the Staples Center, how much, I forgot why we were looking.
That's 20,000 people.
20,000, well, now it's crypto, right? The crypto stuff.
Oh, who fucking knows?
I don't know.
Don't start on that.
20,000. So how many, that would be
girly,
thousands of those.
Yeah. I don't know. Try to go down this math train with me. I'm not going with you.
Oh my God.
I'm getting off. To this day, he has held the record, and that leads me to today's topic, which is world records and the people who died attempting to break them.
Ooh.
I remember being in school, and I think I've talked about this on here before, Quote Leader, but I would like live for the weird records in the Guinness Book of World Records.
Oh, yeah.
Like finding the person with the stretchiest skin, the longest fingernails. Like I loved it.
I can picture vividly in my mind what the books look like every year.
Yes.
They were like cool, like silvery.
Like, I forget what that material, like holographic.
Holographic. And I remember they were like a couple, I think, that had the longest name. Oh my God, I picture it
freaky
so vividly.
Listen, we've always loved a weirdo. Yeah. I knew I wanted to do the Mad Libs with you, so I just kind of kept it pretty cash this week. I have like a little listy list, but here.
Because mine is not casual.
Okay, here we go. Up first, we have the tragic death of 24-year-old Janaka Banayaki. It was in 2012 that he was attempting to break the world record for the maximum amount of time buried alive. He was buried in a 10-foot trench at around 9:30 a.m. And when they went to bring him out at 4 p.m. that evening, they realized that he was unconscious. And unfortunately, after being taken to the hospital, he was declared dead. So he suffocated while he was down there trying to break the world record.
Shit.
I know.
That's crazy that that's the world record is a couple hours.
I know. Well, okay, so I was like looking into this, and apparently he had attempted this several times before for like 5 or 6 hours at a time. But if you don't have any air down there, I mean.
Yeah. Well, remember one episode I talked about people being buried alive, and that guy buried himself under that bar for like 180 days. But I remember that they were saying that like the Guinness Book of World Records, like they don't do buried alive stuff anymore for that reason.
Yes.
Ah, okay.
Well, and also like some have access to air, some he had like zero access, I think, to air.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Wow.
This next one blew my mind. In 1996, a 7-year-old girl named Jessica Dubroff attempted to break the world record as the youngest pilot to attempt a journey across the U.S.
Oh, come on, people.
7 years old.
7?
And this is in the 90s. It's not that long ago.
The 90s was different,
It was different. It was different. So she, with her father in the passenger seat, 7-year-old Jessica took off in the single-engine plane, which unfortunately, well, it made it pretty far, actually. They left in California, but it unfortunately crashed in Wyoming due to harsh weather conditions, and it killed both Jessica and her father, Lloyd, instantly upon impact.
Okay, but she took off?
Yeah. I mean, she made it all the way to Wyoming from California.
Wow.
So
that's crazy when you think about how she has to communicate with.
And her mom, who I guess was on the receiving end of like the radio communications or whatever, was like, she didn't seem frightened. She said nothing was off. It just had to have been the weather. It was actually interesting to see the way that her mom talked about her, because she was like, would I want her to die this young? No. But she died doing something that she absolutely loved.
Yeah.
So, I mean, crazy.
I know. It scares me.
So, well, your nephew is...
Yeah, well, my dad was a pilot.
Yes.
Forever. Like, he flew commercially, and then my brother has his pilot's license. Now my nephew, 17, flies every week.
Oh yeah, you were like telling me, you were like, oh, we should go watch it. I'm like, oh my God, he can't be in a plane. He's 17. He's a child.
Gonna do a solo flight here pretty soon, and I'm like, fucking so nervous, but
See, I want
he
to.
loves it.
I'm a thrill seeker, and I think I would like to try flying. But I'm also the person that needs to turn, like you, we're similar in the sense where we will film ourselves turning off the stove at night to make sure that we didn't leave it on. If I was in a plane, bitch, I'd be like, did I touch that button over there? I'd be like, I think I touched it. I think I touched it with my elbow.
I think I forgot gas.
Yeah.
Oh my God, do I have gas?
We could not do it.
No.
We're meant for the land, baby.
I don't even like to fly commercially. No.
Okay, I want to get into some more obituary style world records, starting off strong with the record for the longest time for an embalmed world leader to be on public display. The award goes to Vladimir Ilyich Lenin, the first leader of the Soviet Union, who died on January 21st of 1924. He was embalmed 6 days after he passed. It has been on display ever since. He was only moved once, and that was during World War II to protect him from Nazis.
Wow.
Well, his body from the Nazis. But get this, I guess there are caretakers who have to moisturize his face every day.
I need that.
They inject preservatives into his body.
I do that.
They fully bathe him every 18 months.
Oh, that's stinky.
But I'm like, imagine having to be the person who works there bathing this really old corpse.
Oh my God, it's like a stuffed animal at this point.
Oh, I would just, no. The fastest hearst record is next, and that was taken by Australian Shane Hammond, who set the record in 2010, maxing out at 115 miles per hour.
That's how I want to arrive to my funeral, just hauling ass.
Fucking imagine seeing that. Imagine if there was a body in there, and you're like, wow, 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 just slamming around. Okay, but then get this. If you think that's something, 3 years later, Paul Sinclair, aka the Faster Pastor, took his motorcycle hearse to 126 miles per hour.
Yes.
Which I did not know motorcycle hearse were a thing.
Yeah?
I want to be in one of those, dead or alive. Just fucking take me. Highway to hell, baby. I love it. The largest mass cremation took place in 1997 in Bangkok, Thailand, when they uncovered 21,347 skulls in a former cemetery that had been left kind of abandoned, I guess, and the skulls were unclaimed, so they just cremated them all.
Wow.
This one is actually pretty cool. When Clyde Tombaugh was 24 years old, he was working at the Lowell Observatory in Flagstaff, Arizona, and he spotted what later turned out to be the planet Pluto, and he's credited as discovering Pluto.
Wow.
This 24-year-old kid. And in 2006, NASA sent a probe with electronics to Pluto, and in addition to the electronic equipment that they sent, they included a few grams of his cremated remains so that he could be the first person on Pluto, since he was the first one to see it.
Wow.
I think that it's still on its journey up there due to Pluto's distance from Earth, but
I do not understand how space works.
Oh, girl, I was like trying to think about it, and I'm like, okay, it's gonna take 100 years to get there? Like, what does that even mean?
That's what I thought, like, when people, like, go up in rocket ships. I'm like, so it's gonna be, like, 7 years for them? Or 7 years for us, but 10 days for them or something? Like, the time is weird.
I don't understand it at all, but we can't go down that rabbit hole because
I know.
We've talked about this. We don't understand how TV works. We don't understand how anything works.
I think it's magic.
Yeah. Genius somewhere. But now he holds the record for the farthest remains from Earth because his cremated remains are so far away.
That's cool.
Yeah. So those were some of the world records that I came across.
Oh my God, I love it.
Love it.
This world is just
something else. There's something
so big.
Madison and I, when we started this show, we were like, is there going to be enough to talk about ever? And we're like, oh, we actually could just talk about everything forever.
I know. It's crazy because, like, we live in our little bubble and, you know, we're not world travelers.
No.
And you just discover some crazy stuff.
Well, I mean, who would have thought? All of us are leaving this episode knowing that somewhere out in the atmosphere,
yeah,
there's fucking some guy's remains on its way to Pluto show right now.
God, I love it.
Love it.
I saw it, speaking of remains, I saw a TikTok today of...
We got to get her off of there, guys. She has been trying to do filters and all kinds of things. We have to stop. What did you see on TikTok today?
Okay, so there was an urn. There was a fan strapped to it, like a little personal fan strapped
I saw this.
Okay, blowing out
The
a
candles.
cake.
Yes.
A birthday cake. Oh my God.
I loved it.
Loved it.
All right, my friend, what had you spinning in your coffin this week?
All right, this one is a doozy, and it's a little long, not information heavy. It's all interesting, but it's a little confusing, so listen closely. The reason I stumbled upon this was because last week, I felt like we did like one of those unboxing videos on TikTok or YouTube with all the stuff that the Geoff sent us.
I know.
And we each picked a package and opened it, and we were truly just in awe of everything you guys sent us. Well, I want you to imagine that we were in the Victorian era and we were all together invited to a party, and Spencer and I were unboxing stuff and showing you guys. But instead of stuff, it was actually a mummy.
A mummy?
A mummy that we were unwrapping in front of you guys, and just in awe of everything that we saw.
I'm loving this vision that you're taking us on.
Yes. So today we are going to talk about mummy unwrapping parties and how they were all the rage, especially to, you guessed it, the Victorians. Historyofyesterday.com paints a perfect picture of this, saying, quote, "When we imagined archaeology today, we might picture a team of carefully sweeping away dirt with small brushes, delicately uncovering the remains of people, artifacts, and architecture that have been lost to us for millennia. For the Victorians, however, archaeology was all about spectacle and showmanship, leading to one of the strangest and most macabre practices of the 19th century, the mummy unwrapping parties."
Mummy unwrapping parties?
Yes. So it kind of makes me laugh because I just picture Victorians in all of their clothes, probably high on wallpaper.
They're like having radium cocktails, giving their babies mercury.
Yeah. And just like, oh, yes, look at these bones. Magnificent. Oh. Actually, it was horrible, and the desecration of a mummy is fucked up, and it's just wild. What do you expect from the Victorians? They were fucking...
Always on their bullshit.
Always on their bullshit. So before we get into the actual parties, though, I want to briefly talk about the process of mummification, specifically the Egyptian mummification. We've talked about naturally preserved mummies on here, and we've talked about self-mummification here, but the Egyptians preserved their dead through the process of mummification. I want to read a few pieces from this article, pretty much the whole article. It's short though, from ancientegyptianfacts.com to explain the process of mummification. I never knew what went into this, and it just makes these parties that I'm going to tell you about just all the more fucked up. So it says, quote, "They had exceptional beliefs about the afterlife and the concept of rebirth and soul, which they tried to exhibit through the embalming process."
Sorry, I'm thinking of the Pope Formosus or whatever.
Oh, God. The nature of the process varied according to the social status of the individual. Embalming and the associated ceremonies were conducted by embalming priests. The process of embalming and mummification required that microbial growth and dehydration was inhibited, which makes sense, like self-mummification, how they basically starve themselves.
Right.
Because, fat made decomposition a lot faster. The embalming process in creating a mummy was complicated and costly and was surrounded with ceremony and ritual. The process lasted for a period of 70 days.
Whoa.
Yep.
For one mummy?
For one mummy.
Oh my God.
Cleansing and purification took 15 days. The corpse was to be dried for a period of 40 days. Wrapping, bandaging, and painting took 15 days. The embalmer's tools included bronze hooks, knives, tweezers, needles, and awls, which was a pointed tool for opening, emptying, and closing up the corpse. The mummification process, which included the removal of organs, was conducted on a special slightly slanted table, which allowed the blood and bodily fluids to drain into a built-in basin. As soon as a person died, the body was taken to an embalming shop and the price was fixed for the procedure. The corpse was washed and ritually purified. It was washed with palm wine to kill bacteria and rinsed with water from the Nile. The corpse was then taken to the Ibu, the place of purification. A long hook was used to smash the brain and pull it out.
I remember this. I remember learning about this in school, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
The resin was poured into the brain, which then solidified to prevent the skull from collapsing. Any fluid drained from the brain was discarded. The brain was regarded as useless and probably thrown away. Then a slit was cut into the body, and the inner organs, the intestines, the liver, the stomach, and the lungs were removed and preserved in canopic jars. The canopic jars were filled with crystals of natron. The heart remained within the body because it was believed that the heart was to be weighed for the final judgment of the deceased. The body and the cavity in the abdomen were packed with small sacks of natron. It served to dry out the organs and discourage bacteria from decaying the tissues. The drying process took 40 days, after which the natron was removed inside and out to reveal a dried, shrunken body.
Oh no, she's so little.
She's so little now. The corpse was again cleaned with water. Mummies were ritualistically anointed with oils and perfumes to help the skin stay elastic. The body is stuffed with dry materials such as sawdust, leaves, and linen so that it looks lifelike. The body was adorned with gold jewels and protective amulets. Fingers and toes were covered with protective gold caps and individually wrapped with long, narrow strips of linen. Finally, the body is covered again with good-smelling oils. It is now ready to be wrapped in linen. Linen bandages were used to bind the extremities. The entire mummy was wrapped to a depth of about 20 layers.
Wow.
The embalmers used resin to glue the layers of wrapping together. The wrapped head was covered with a mummy mask. The last layer of bandages went on and was given one last coating of resin. All right, so sorry. I know that was long, but I wanted you guys to get a good picture of what it takes.
We got the lowdown, and it was such a reminder. It was like bringing up memories for me.
When you were mummified?
Yes, when they took my brain out with a hook.
Makes sense. Oh my God. So while researching all of this and the mummy parties, I learned that Europe used mummies as a medicine. This is where it gets confusing because there's mummy or mummia, which is
Mamma mia,
which refers to, and this is from Wikipedia, quote, a medicinal preparation of the substance of mummies, hence an unctuous liquid or gum used medicinally. So mummies were supposedly coated in something called bitumen, which was a similar substance to mummia. Bitumen was supposed to have healing properties and was recommended for literally everything. So here we go again. Headaches, blood clots, you name it, you were taking bitumen. Do you know what it actually is? It's asphalt. So bitumen was apparently not used in embalming, but a type of resin was, like what we said, so the skull wouldn't collapse. So this powder was all the rage. Everybody wanted it. And you could buy crushed up mummy powder, like the full mummy, in pharmacies. Also, remember Victorian green?
Yes.
Have you ever heard of mummy brown?
No.
Okay, well, mummy brown was a paint used from ground up remains of mummies. I'm not kidding.
Oh my.
It was this beautiful rich brown color that was really popular. People used it in their homes, on their walls, in the kitchen.
I have heard of this.
Okay.
Yes.
So Europeans were so interested in ancient Egypt that in the 19th century, there was even a term coined to refer to this period called Egyptomania. Allthingsinteresting.com says, quote, throughout the 19th century, Europeans experienced a renewed interest in ancient Egypt. While Europeans had purchased mummies since Shakespeare's time due to their perceived medicinal value, Napoleon's recent entry into Egypt and Syria, along along with the accompanying historical guide, Description d'Egypte, reignited European interest in Egyptian history and culture. This fascination was so pervasive that it had a name, Egyptomania. Throughout this Egyptomania, European architecture borrowed from Egyptian elements, companies employed Egyptian visual cues in marketing, and Egypt itself saw a boom in tourism. Indeed, wealthy Europeans would travel to the country, often seeking a mummy as a souvenir. To satisfy this growing demand, Egyptians in popular destinations such as Cairo would ship in mummies from less popular towns. Coming up with mummies wasn't as difficult as it may sound, given the fact that many Egyptians, not just royalty or the wealthy, practiced mummification for 2,000 years. And then it goes on, and there's a quote in there that says, "It would be hardly respectable on one's return from Egypt to present oneself without a mummy in one hand and a crocodile in the other." So it was just all the rage. You had to have a mummy.
Love
You
it.
had to. All right, Spencer. So you get home from your trip to Egypt.
Right.
And you bring home your souvenir, which is a mummy, and you decide to throw a party. It was just a huge party. It was a big to-do. Sometimes these parties would be in public, and tickets were sold to gain entry, so you might have gone that way. Or you might have done something more private, intimate, in your home after dinner and drinks.
Exclusive.
Guests would gather around while a real-life mummy was stripped of their linens and revealed their mummified bodies. It also revealed jewels and any heirlooms they were buried with. So there were so many people to blame for these parties, but one I wanted to touch on was Thomas Mummy Pettigrew. He was a well-known, very respected surgeon, and he at one point was actually the surgeon for the Duke of Kent and the Duke of Sussex. He wrote a book called The History of Egyptian Mummies, and he was the one that held these parties in the Victorian era in Europe. He was really in it for the science, but he also practiced lots of pseudoscience, which we know is terrible.
Yes.
But quickly, I want to end with a few little excerpts from a French author. He wrote a book called The Romance of a Mummy in Egypt, and then he went on to go to a mummy unwrapping party, and he wrote a short story about it called The Unwrapping of a Mummy. So the whole thing is long, so I just want to read a few parts. Geoff's picture, you are in this room. There is a mummy there. You are ready. Okay? Quote, "When I entered the room, the mummy, already taken from the case, was laid on a table, its human shape showing indistinctly through the thickness of the wrapping." Then he goes on to talk about the paintings on the coffin. "Then the work of unrolling the bandages began. The outer envelope of stout linen was ripped open with scissors. A faint, delicate odor of balsam, incense, and other aromatic drugs spread through the room like the odor of an apothecary's shop. The end of the bandages was then sought for, and when found, the mummy was placed upright to allow the operator to move freely around her and to roll up the endless band turned to the yellow color of crew linen by the palm wine and other preserving liquids. Strange indeed was the appearance of the tall rag doll, the armature of which was a dead body, moving so stiffly and awkwardly with a sort of horrible parody of life under the hands that were stripping it, while the bandages rose in heaps around it. Then the mummy was visibly growing smaller in size, and its slender form showed more and more plainly under its diminishing wrappings. A vast quantity of linen filled the room, and we could not help wondering how a box, which was scarcely larger than an ordinary coffin, had managed to hold it all. The neck was the first portion of the body to issue from the bandages. It was covered with a fairly thick layer of naphtha, which had to be chiseled away. Then he goes on and said, the face was still hidden under its mask of linen and bitumen, which could not be easily detached, for for it had been firmly fixed by an indefinite number of centuries. Under the pressure of the chisel, a portion gave away, and 2 white eyes with great black pupils shone with fictitious life between brown eyelids. They were enameled eyes, such as it was customary to insert in carefully prepared mummies. The clear, fixed glance, gazing out of the dead's face, produced a terrifying effect. The body seemed to behold with disdainful surprise the living beings that moved around it. Okay, and then it goes on and says, little by little, the body began to show in its sad nudity. The reddish skin of the torso, as the air came in contact with it, assumed a bluish bloom, and there was visible on the side of the cut-through, which had been drawn, the entrails, and from which escaped, like the sawdust of a ripped-up doll, the sawdust of aromatic wood mixed with resin and grains that looked like colophony. The arms were stretched out, and the bony hands with their gilded nails imitated with modesty the gesture of the Venus of Medici, the feet slightly contracted by the drying up of flesh and the muscles, and seemed to have been shapely and small, and the nails were gilded like those of the hand. So basically, they're in this room, literally taking everything out, taking all of the linens off, cutting open the side, taking the sawdust out of the body, like terrible. And people would go home with souvenirs. People would go home with jewels, like heirlooms that were not fucking meant for them.
God, oh, you know what? Some of that came up with like the Met Gala. They were saying, like, did you see that one thing?
No.
It was, who was it? Someone was wearing a necklace that had been stolen by Cartier or something from this really old family, I think in India. I don't know. There's some story there.
Oh my God.
Who knows?
So that is your Victorian unwrapping party.
Insane.
People would do this in their home after dinner and drinks, like probably drunk.
God.
Let's open up this dead body.
Come on, we got it for our wedding. I think it's time.
It's so wild. And people would probably be jealous. Like, did you hear? She got a mummy.
They got a mummy just for them.
Oh my God, they must be doing well.
Yeah, one of them was like, I got a Jetta. What'd your parents get you for graduation? They're like, a mummy.
A mummy?
Oh, God, I love it. Well, we're going to take a quick break, and then we'll be back with our obituaries. We'll be right back. Okay, I actually am very excited, Madison, to help out our G-offs with this next one, because this episode is brought to you in part by ExpressVPN. For this show in particular, and Cult Leader, and just in life, I Google the worst things you can imagine. I'm like, what happens to a dead person's penis? Can you ejaculate after death?
Yeah.
Well, these are things that I would prefer other people not find out about.
Right.
Or unless I'm telling it on the show. And I know most of you are probably thinking, like, why don't you just use incognito mode? Well, let me tell you something. Incognito mode does not hide your activity. It does not matter what mode you use. They don't care about private browsers or how many times you clear your browsing history. Your internet service provider can still see every single website you have ever visited.
That is horrifying.
That's why even when I'm at home, I no longer go online without using ExpressVPN. And it doesn't matter who your internet service provider is. In the US, they can legally sell your information to ad companies. And ExpressVPN is an app that routes your internet connection through their secure servers so that your internet service provider cannot see the sites that you visit. And I actually found out about this first. And I remember when I called you, I was like, Madison, you know how we'll be like, oh my God, I looked on private Safari or whatever because our internet history is so crazy.
So crazy.
How horrified were you to learn that our internet provider can see what we're looking at?
Horrible. Especially, when we first started doing this show, we would just straight to Google. Now we know different newspaper archives and stuff like that to look through. But oh my God, the stuff we'd have to Google. Terrible.
Terrible. We have learned a lot. ExpressVPN also keeps all of your information secure by encrypting 100% of your data with the most powerful encryption available.
Honestly, most of the time, I don't even realize I have ExpressVPN on. It runs really seamlessly in the background and is very easy to use. Even I can figure it out. All you have to do is tap one button and you're protected.
ExpressVPN is available on all your devices, phones, computers, even your smart TV. So there is no excuse to not be using it because we know you G-Ops are looking up some wild shit like we are. Protect your online activity today with the VPN rated #1 by Business Insider. Visit our exclusive link, expressvpn.com/obit, and you can get an extra 3 months free on a 1-year package.
That's expressvpn.com/obit. expressvpn.com/obit to learn more.
And we're back. Okay, obsessed with my obituary this week. It is for a gal named Cindy. We'll leave the last names out of this one. Naples, New York. A lady always knows when to leave a party. Cindy was bounced after losing a cat fight with pancreatic cancer, but not before she was able to get a bitch slap and a few eye pokes in. Prior to her expulsion, Cindy... Her expulsion. Cindy was known as an avid dollhouse miniature enthusiast with a deep love of Halloween. Mm-hmm. She was proud to captain her polar plunge team to a record 5 first-place finishes in the annual costume contest. She lived the life as surreally as possible and tried not to clean much. Cindy leaves behind her beloved husband and is also survived by her parents, her brother, brother-in-law, sister-in-law, all of that. Many thanks to Cindy's BFF, Jackie, for close to 50 years of amusement and support. The family also thanks the staff at the Wilmot Cancer Center and Strong Palliative Care for their compassionate care. Cindy wished to invite all her friends and family to put the fun back in funerals, so a celebration of life will be held. Details later, but I just...
I
love her.
Love her. Love Cindy.
Cindy is the moment.
She is. God love you, Cindy.
Who'd you have this week?
I have another cool woman.
All right.
Okay. We're going to leave last names out, but her first name is Carol of Lackawanna, New York.
Like I want to do about it.
Lackawanna, New York. Carol entered into rest on July 19th, 2020. Beloved mother, cherished grandmother, predeceased by her parents and brother, and survived by her other brother and sister-in-law, as well as many nieces and nephews. 5 things about Carol. Number 1, she loved to read. Her favorite author was Stephen King. She had a private library of hundreds of books. Number 2, she loved to smoke. She smoked millions of cigarettes. Number 3, she loved slot machines and Facebook games. She never won millions, but she had the biggest farm in all of Farmville and made it to the millionth level on Candy Crush. Number 4, she was an avid sports fan. She loved the New York Yankees and LeBron James. She hated Tom Brady. And number 5, when her children were growing up, she was involved with their school PTA, coached their sports teams, and volunteered through Lackawanna Little Leagues. She was a mother, father, coach, mentor, and friend. Private funeral services were held with Carol's immediate family.
Oh, love her.
Love her.
2 gorgeous, gorgeous gals. Love it. Well, we've spun in our coffins, we've mad our lived, we've amide some assholes, and now it's time for some dumb
ass
criminals. Let's go, bitch. I have a wild story that actually happened on Sunday on Mother's Day at the Palm Haven Mobile Home Park in St. Petersburg, Florida. Woo! Police arrived to quite a scene. Apparently, there had been some major drama going on between 57-year-old Christine Turman and her neighbor, Lawrence Stencil, because, well, I guess Lawrence's pet chickens were going over and pooping on the back patio outside of her trailer.
Oh, no.
Can't have that. Keep the poop in the coop. That's what we say. Well, Christine had decided enough was enough. So when she saw him out there, knowing that his chickens were over there pooping, she ran outside with a bucket and threw it at him. Lawrence was hit in the face with the bucket and drenched in the substance that filled it. Any guesses?
Either pee or acid.
Human urine. Cops claimed that when they got there, Lawrence was wet and smelled of urine.
Okay, wait. I'm happy that she didn't take it out on the chickens.
Yeah.
That's Great.
Great. Officers have no idea why she had the bucket ready to go because based on the situation, it seems like she had been planning this. She admitted to assaulting her neighbor, was arrested and brought into county jail for battery charges, but was released after posting a $500 bond. Her boyfriend was also arrested for threatening the neighbor while the authorities were there in front of them.
Oh my God.
So I'm at a 2 for 1.
Little golden shower.
Yeah, why not?
Oh my God. All right, I have a few dumbass criminals. They're very short.
Oh, here she fucking goes. Every fucking thing. Yeah, I just have a few stories, a few side bitches, just a few coffin spinners in one.
My God, I doubled up on everything this week.
No one's great in the class, babe. You're not getting anything for this extra credit.
So I have a New York Post article. I'm going to not read the whole thing because I don't want to give it away yet. But I'm going to quote a couple different parts. Quote, police in Alabama were left shaking their heads Friday morning after a wild multi-state car chase led to the arrest of an accused car thief. Goes on to say that cops began chasing the stolen white Mazda at around 9:30 a.m. in Haralson County, Georgia, the Post said. The alleged thieves later crossed state lines into Alabama, continuing on U.S. Highway 78 into Oxford, where the Mazda crashed into a store. Now, what got them posted on the Oxford Police Department Facebook was one of them.
One of the people who stole the car?
Was wearing a sweatshirt. Do you want to guess what it said?
Fuck the police?
No. It said dumbass.
No. Oh my God.
Yes. This is not the first time either. I have 3 different mug shots of different dumbass fucking criminals that all have the same shirt on and they're all different. Nobody's related, nothing. This shirt, it says, warning, I do dumb things. And look at them. There's 3 of them.
Oh my God.
Dumb,
Love
dumb. God, love it. I feel like they are the mascots. Maybe that should be merch.
Yeah. Bunch of dumbasses. If you're gonna commit a crime, at least wear a cool outfit while you're doing it.
I know, like a bikini.
Yes. Or
a clown costume.
Necro pants.
Yeah.
Why not, baby? Oh my God. Well, that's it for this week. Don't forget to get your tickets for our live show at Irvine Improv on August 4th. It's gonna be so much fucking fun.
Oh my God, I cannot wait.
And follow along online for updates at Obituary Pod on Twitter and Instagram. You can write to us, obitpod@gmail.com, but please do not use it to sign up for dating profiles. And then before we leave...
And if you do, give us the password at least so we can scope around.
Yes, let us look a little bit. Before we drop off, we are each going to pick one thing this week from our P.O. box.
Yes.
And do you want to go first?
Sure.
Okay, I have this one. It says it's from Visit Corvallis, Oregon. And
I was going first.
Sorry, baby. You took too long. I stole the show. Dear Spencer. Oh, and hot dogs. Sorry, you're not in this one.
Oh, perfect.
I took a trip from Virginia to the West Coast with my husband, with our last stop being to visit his friends in Corvallis, Oregon. Wait. Corvallis? Isn't that where? Yep, creepy old Edmund Creffield's stomping grounds. Fucking love it, cult leader.
Oh, love it.
Naturally, I had to drop you a line from there. You're a loving cult babe, Erin. Erin, that is fucking amazing. Thank you so much.
Gosh.
We actually have gotten a lot of postcards now, and I want to put them, I want to make like a postcard collage.
Yes. This postcard is cool. On the front of it, it says, "Come to Florida. Why stay north feeling half dead? $49.50. You can be buried beautifully in sunny Florida. No more taxes, food, drinks, races, hotels, nightclubs, or doctor bills. Convenient layaway plan. Make reservations now. Write for free booklet, How to Kick the Bucket Gracefully." And then on the back it says, Spencer, Henry, and Madison Reyes. Then it says, quote, "We're only kidding. Greetings from a half-dead fan in the north. Love, Chastity."
Oh my God. I love the typography on the front of that.
It's so cool.
That's a cute one.
It's hilarious.
God. Okay, I do have. I want to read this.
I saw that one. I love it.
It says third annual Peterson's posthumous pet party celebrating Patsy Cline.
I know, Patsy Cline.
Oh my God, look at her. Come celebrate Patsy Cline's life on the third anniversary of her death with a candlelight vigil, inspirational hymns, and Doug's famous Tex-Mex Sloppy Joe bar in Jan's remodeled basement. Oh my God, I fucking love that. It does. There's not a name on here, but thank you for that. That's fucking incredible. All right.
You guys are the best.
The best. We will see you next time for some more coffin spinners,
obituaries,
and dumb ass criminals.
Criminal.
Oh God, I'm skipping
What
you
about
again.
me?
Sorry.
Goodbye.
Okay, bye.